So the Toco Foundation has been in existence for about 25 years. They had programs to benefit parents and children. They had rainwater harvesting program. They also did a lot of agriculture programs. We've been doing several recycling programs.
We do turtle protection, forest research and reforestation and so on. We are also involved in agriculture, an agricultural project. We assist in schools with motivational speaking.
My group, which is the Toco Police Youth Club, we take care of children. We help them in sports, life skills. It's just to have them not be involved in crime.
I would say that the sense of community is more villages.
Yes, there's a sort of togetherness in the Toco area. I guess there's a good sense of ownership.
We look out for one another within your community, within the community.
There's also the village councils in each community, you know, and these things are all voluntary. They are not remunerated in any way.
At times, like for instance, when there were issues with the road, you know, persons did come out and protest and complain, but mostly no, I wouldn't say so.
Not all the time, not all the time.
Turtle is a big thing in this area, so there are a number of groups that are involved in turtle protection as well. There are sporting groups on the coast.
There's also a farmers association, the Northeast Coast Farmers Association. Also been a few community groups that formed over the years. Many of them have died out because of lack of sustainability.
There are a number of church groups that do what I will call some tremendous work in this part of the vineyard as well.
Each major community has a village council, but those are kind of hard to keep going with lack of funding. So I would say commitment from members to attend meetings. Transportation is used to get to and from meetings.
Persons have challenges in giving up their time because it takes away from their professional life, their family, and that type of things.
Groups sometimes don't have the ability to put together proposals or to identify funding sources and be able to formally approach these agencies for support. Sometimes the organization drive and energy, it surrounds that particular individual. Another great hindrance is having people in the organization who have the skills that the organization needs. These people are usually the persons who would be in pursuit of self-development. They tend to move out of the area. So you're constantly losing key people to move the organizational forward.
Getting help from other agencies because of the area where we are. You'll find a lot of young people are unemployed. We don't have the institution up here to assist with education in the community here.
Access to resources. It's more costly to operate out from within this community. And most of the things that we need to access is nowhere close. Even like to repair a net or to repair a boat, nothing much is going on that could facilitate some of the skills that people may have, the skill sets, so they have to find themselves in other areas to get that job.
Transportation is a great issue because the communities are far apart and transportation is not, that reliable.
People have to travel out of the area to get gainful employment to either Sandy Grande or Rima or Port of Spain. I know some people travel to Port of Spain every day. It takes 3 hours one way to get to Port of Spain to get to work. Lots of people will try to be self-employed, have some kind of a stall at the side of the road selling fruits and vegetables.
Some of the people, maybe teachers, nurses, police officers. The regional corporation, which maintains access roads, they are the main economic, the main employer. Outside of that, it will be farming, fishing, and a few public sector workers.
You're really far from the market. So there's a hesitance for farmers to do what they really want to do. So you have a heavy brain drain. When you got people well trained, they leave the community because there's no space in the community really for them to get meaningful employment.
Hypertensive, diabetes, stroke, and
Drug abuse. Drug abuse. Young people consume exceptionally large rates of marijuana, and that to me is having spin-offs in the mental behavior of the youth, the male youth especially. The consumption of alcohol at the rum shop continues to be a major problem in these rural areas. If I look at a third health challenge, it would be probably lifestyle in terms of diet. You would think that because we're living in Toco people eat a lot of healthy things. They may have good air, but probably Toco people eat more fried chicken than Tong people, That's why diabetes is so rampant, because people don't see the link between eating properly and lifestyle diseases down the road. So while we will see the chronic disease clinic filled with old people, it's because of the lifestyle. My grandmother died at 101. My wife's grandmother died at 100. And what they both had in common, everything was boiled, they eating nothing fried. Diet was key.
We have a river that may spill over a couple meters to the sides of its bank. It may block a road, mainly like in Matura, you might get some blocking of the road there. But we don't have flood like I've seen. I traveled to Mayaro some time ago there, and miles of water covering all over. We don't get that up here. So I'm not seeing how the weather is going to cause health issue unless it is like the Sahara does. It's the only weather pattern that I see could cause health issues in our community.
I don't think the Toco man is really challenged much on a health basis. I think what happens is that lifestyle diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that, those are some of the challenges, and they are rising in cancer cases. I don't think there's any evidence to show that the environment is causing any type of major illnesses on the side.
a hospital and pharmacies. If there is an emergency, we have to traverse 29 miles. Whether it's for maternity, whether it's for whatever else, we have to traverse 29 miles. By that time, the person might die. The baby will be born on the way.
I think establishing something like a mini hospital system in the Toco region where you could take care of some surgical procedures could be done. Maybe where you could have doctors and nurses stay over maybe in larger numbers, that could be done.
Toco has benefited because the healthcare system is relatively good. There's an accident and emergency, there's a doctor in the community every week. They're very beautiful health centers, competent staff. So you need to get into the homes of people and understand their lifestyles. People in these areas die old, but they usually die from diseases that could be preventable. So I think that I would spend some resources in home care visits because of the ruralness of the area. And yeah, I think that's the only thing that's missing really, the healthcare. Other services are relatively okay.
I would say education about healthy diet, especially because of the prevalence of diabetes and high blood pressure in Trinidad and in our region, and also to promote local foods.
$10 million sounds like a lot, but when you are spread out in 3 main areas, it really becomes too little. The opportunity to have bread and breakfast type businesses established on the coast, there's a need for that.
I will advise the government to declare this area as a tourism destination.
Fishing would be the other one that I would work with, try and build like processing plants and stuff like that within the area.
There are trade persons who have different skill sets, like barbering, we have nail techs, we have hairdressers. It's not just farming and fishing. So if we can have a center that could facilitate those kind of skill sets, would be nice. And a multi-purpose center. And one of the things I also will like, because we live on the coastline, we don't have a tsunami shelter in case of a tsunami.
Farmers need to have access roads so that they can go to their field and work on their crops and harvest produce and bring it out. To create some kind of major industry in the area would be a really good thing, like a mango processing plant or something. There's tons of mango in the area that goes to waste every year. And other vegetables, but like some agriculture processing plant, or where people from the region can work, and also people from the region can bring produce or fruits.
I would use that $10 million to ensure that the young people who are the future of tomorrow, where Toco is concerned, has the skill sets that are required to make them a meaningful contributor to the national landscape, and to give them the skill set that they could reinvest that skill set back in the Toco area. Create training opportunities in the downstreaming side of the fishing business. So I would expose them to all of the technology related to rural farming, and set up some sort of facility in the primary schools where children are exposed to career building opportunities. Because what you find happening is that the best students go to school outside of the area. And as a consequence, the area is not developing academically because of that. I would have developed a sporting program because there's so many opportunities, scholarships, and so many things that the Toco kids don't have access to, simply because there's no institution to really push them in that particular path.